Ever feel like you're doing all the right things and still wondering why your body feels off? You eat well, you train hard, your labs say you're fine, but deep down you know something's slipping. You're not alone and you're not crazy. I'm Daniel Rasmussen, founder of Echelon Center for Longevity, and I've spent 2 decades helping high performers like you to reverse aging, reignite vitality, and finally get answers. On Unbreakable Vitality, we go upstream. We talk peptides, stem cells, precision diagnostic testing, reversing the age of your arteries, all the innovative science-based tools to take back your health span so that your next decades are your best yet. Because aging is real, but decline is optional.
What if your calendar age had nothing to do with how old your body actually is? Welcome back to Unbreakable Vitality. I'm Daniel Rasmussen, and today we're talking about one of the most important truths in longevity medicine. That is, your biological age and your chronological age are rarely the same. In our last episode, we explored David's journey, how he reversed his vascular age by 12 years through precision diagnostics and personalized intervention. But today we go even deeper, because what if you could measure how fast you're aging right now? And what if that number could actually change in your favor? That's what true age testing does. In this episode, I'll break down how true age works, why DNA methylation matters, and how we use this data at the Echelon Center for Longevity to design, track, and optimize personalized reversal plans. So if you've ever wanted to truly understand how well your body is aging, this is the episode you've been waiting for. Let's start with the most obvious but most overlooked truth. Your birth year tells us almost nothing about how well your body is functioning. Chronological age is simply the number of years you've been alive. It's a calendar metric, but it says nothing about how fast your cells are aging, how resilient your tissues are, or how well your systems are holding up under stress. So that's where the biological age comes in. It's the age your body is acting like based on the health of your cells, your immune system, your inflammation levels systemically, and even your rate of cellular turnover. I've seen 50-year-olds who are biologically younger than a 35-year-old. And I've seen 40-year-olds who are showing the biological wear of someone in their late 60s, almost turning 70. So let me tell you about one patient. We'll call her Erin. On paper, she looked healthy. Great blood pressure, decent cholesterol, normal labs at her conventional doctor. She exercised, ate clean, meditated, but she'd been experiencing some fatigue that didn't make sense. Her brain fog was increasing, her muscle tone was slipping, despite no changes in diet or training. So when we ran her true age test, her biological age came back 17 years older than her calendar age, and the shock on her face said it all, and also lit a fire in her to take charge. The bottom line is this: two people can be in the same age chronologically, but aging at completely different speeds biologically. And if you're not testing that, you're flying blind. This is why we have to stop relying on outdated metrics and start looking at what actually predicts long-term vitality, cognitive performance, and disease risks. Because if you don't measure it, you can't manage it. And if you can't manage it, it's managing you. You're not in the driver's seat anymore. So at its core, true age is an epigenetic age test, meaning it doesn't just look at your genes, it looks at how your environment, your lifestyle, and your internal chemistry are influencing the way your genes express over time. It does this by measuring something called DNA methylation. Think of DNA methylation as a series of chemical tags placed on top of your genes. And these tags don't change the gene itself, but they control whether that gene is turned on or off. And over time, as you age, and especially under the influence of stress, toxins, poor sleep, processed food, inflammation, your DNA methylation patterns start to drift and shift. And these shifts can either accelerate or slow your biological aging. True age uses this data to calculate your biological age, and not just one number. It gives you multiple dimensions including your current biological age compared to your calendar age, your pace of aging, how fast your body is aging right now, your immune age, the wear and tear on your immune system. And the best part, these are all modifiable. This is a snapshot, not a sentence. True age is one of the most widely studied and peer-reviewed age diagnostics in the longevity field. So it's clinically validated, reproducible, and used by researchers around the world, including studies of restriction, exercise, lifestyle modification, and advanced therapies like peptides and exosomes and stem cells, cord blood plasma. Makes it different from other aging calculators or clock-based tests is that it doesn't rely on algorithms or estimates. It reads real biological markers of aging, and it tells a story about your current state and your direction. In a world where we test cholesterol and call it prevention, this test is the upgrade we've been waiting for. So what exactly does true age measure? And why do these metrics matter more than the standard numbers you're used to seeing on your blood panel? First, let's talk about your aging rate. This is a calculation of how fast your body is accumulating biological wear and tear. If you're aging biologically at 1.0, you're aging 1 year for every calendar year. But what if you're aging at 1.2? That means for every year, calendar year, your body is aging 14 to 15 months, and that adds up fast. Then there's your pace of aging, a real-time indicator of your current rate of decline. This helps identify whether your current lifestyle is accelerating, stabilizing, or reversing your biological age. So true age also measures immune age, which looks at how worn out your immune system is. A high immune age is associated with higher inflammation and greater vulnerability to infections and more rapid aging across every system in your body. Other key markers include insights into cellular turnover, epigenetic entropy, and even indirect reflection of telomere health. Though true age itself doesn't measure telomeres directly, it often correlates closely with telomere trends. And why do all of these matter more than, say, your cholesterol or blood pressure? Because those are static numbers. They tell you about risk factors, but true age tells you about direction. It tells you if your interventions are working or not. It shows whether you're actually reversing decline or just managing symptoms. So it's not a snapshot, it's a storyline. And in the world of longevity, that's the data that matters most. So hopefully you're starting to understand this true age, because once we get someone's true age results, we use them as a North Star, a real-time mirror of how that person is aging biologically, not just statistically. So for example, if someone's immune age is elevated and their pace of aging is high, we know we need to target inflammation first. That might mean gut repair, dietary shifts, or specific peptides to modulate immune activity. If someone's biological age is elevated but they're metabolically stable, we might look at oxidative stress, hormone rhythms, mitochondrial support. True age helps us design those precision treatment protocols that are based on what's actually happening inside the body, not guesswork or just averages. And then we retest. We usually repeat true age every 6 to 12 months, depending on the protocol. And when people see their biological age drop, let me tell you, it's one of the most powerful motivators I've ever witnessed in clinical practice. We had one client, 48 years old, high stress, low energy, who dropped their biological age by 9 years in under a year. Their protocol included peptides for mitochondrial function, gut repair to reduce inflammation, nutrient repletion, meaning rebuilding nutrients, hormone rebalancing, and lifestyle architecture. But what was even more striking, the visible change. Their skin became noticeably tighter, more hydrated, and vibrant. Friends and coworkers commented on how refreshed and younger they looked. They thought they got a facelift. They were literally thinking more clearly, moving more confidently, and had energy that reminded them of their 30s. So they weren't just changing the numbers on a test, they were becoming a younger version of themselves from the inside out. So When you could see the numbers shifting, you build belief, and belief creates momentum. It isn't just a tool for diagnosis, it's a tool for transformation, and that's why it's one of my favorites. So what I want you to take away from this episode is pretty simple and powerful. It's that aging is not fixed. It's malleable. It's influenceable. It can be reversed. True age gives us proof that biology is not destiny. It shows you in measurable terms how your lifestyle, your stress, your nutrition, your environment, and your choices are shaping how your body is aging. And that knowledge, that's power. Because when you know your biological age, you're not just reacting to symptoms. You're reading a map. You're seeing the trajectory. You are putting yourself back in the driver's seat. You're not stuck with your number. And you're definitely not too late. You can get younger. You can feel sharper. And yes, you can age in reverse. It's true. This is the difference between hoping you stay healthy and knowing you're building resilience. The best way to predict your future health is to create it. If this episode sparked something in you, if you're wondering, what's my biological age? Am I aging faster than I think? It's time to find out. Listen to that intuition. Take the free vascular age quiz at echelon-longevity.com/quiz. It's quick, insightful, and it might be the wake-up call or validation you didn't know you needed, because your future isn't a guess, it's a choice. And it starts with knowing where you are, so we can map out where you want to go. On the next episode, we're going way upstream again, but this time to your gut. Because what's happening in your microbiome may be the real reason behind your inflammation, brain fog, your personality, your mood, fatigue, and even silent vascular risk. We'll break down the GI map test, how gut health connects to your longevity, and what to do when your digestive system becomes the silent saboteur of your health. You won't want to miss it.
If you're feeling like your energy, your edge, or your clarity just isn't what it used to be, you're not alone. But you're also not stuck. Every week on Unbreakable Vitality, we explore real strategies to reverse aging, reclaim vitality, and rewrite what's possible. If today's episode gave you even one insight, pass it on. Then go take the free vascular age quiz at echelon-longevity.com/quiz to see how your body's aging. Subscribe, leave a review, and follow us, because your future isn't on autopilot. You are building it, and you're just getting started.